So we're gonna build some boats. This is going to be an interesting experiment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is ScrapMan bringing you another episode of TrailMakers, and today we are going to be doing some sandbox experimentation with boats because I found out that buoyancy is a thing. Some of you actually commented on one of my first videos saying that the tires appeared to float, and the developers have confirmed that tires do in fact float. So we're going to build some boats to get across this gap over here that previously we were trying to fly across. So there's a big body of water here, and I have two ideas in my head of different boat designs, and we're gonna see if we can build both of them in this episode, and if either of them actually work. So my first idea is somewhat of like a hovercraft. I'm thinking we can use the propellers. I'm hoping we can use the propellers. There's something I have not tried yet is any of the spinning blocks with the propellers. So one of these blocks, like the spinning joint, I think is the one that we'll have to use. I think that one powers, that one is powered by an engine. And then we have the helicopter blade. So I think we should be able to attach the helicopter blades to the spinning joint. So let's start off though, let's create a buoyant body first, and then we'll worry about the blades. I figured this would be a good build spot over here so that way we're closer to the water. So let's see, how do we want to start? I guess we'll need a body first. The key, they said, is that you can stay alive as long as your seat stays above the water. So we just have to make sure our seat is elevated. So let's start off with a foundation. I actually want to make it relatively light. We'll put the seat on top of that. I'm going to use this and to extend it out on either side, and then we're going to build off of these. There we go. So I think this wide should be good. This is where we're going to create more of like the skeleton or the, whatever you call it, the frame. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, let's do 4. We'll start over on this side and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do 4 this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll also do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we gotta make it go this way. Hopefully, all right. Oh no! That's an annoying thing that we don't actually have a 1 block piece to add there. Oh, there's my problem. There is my problem. Yeah, so I actually have to delete this and then move this whole section. I didn't realize that I made it uneven on either side of the seat. So I just had to shift this entire side in, was the problem. Excellent, so now we should be able to build across to this side evenly. There we go. All right, so we have our frame. So now I'm going to put a bunch of wheels on the end of it. So I'm thinking about having the wheels go like this. I think this will look kind of cool. So let's add another one right here as well. Are those wheels too wide? Yeah, this should still work. So let's copy them all this way. There we are. And then we should actually, let's see if we can do this. Can I just copy this whole section? And if I duplicate it facing this way. Oh, no, that doesn't exactly, it almost worked, but I have to move these pieces. Oh no, I don't. All I have to do is rotate this section. Probably would have been faster just to move the 2 pieces. So now if I rotate it this way, now we should be connected. Good. All right, now what? I think the front and the back should also have some too. There we are. And now we should be able to copy all of this and then duplicate it all the way onto this side. Rotate it in. All right, I think we're looking good so far. We're on our way to somewhat of a hovercraft. I'm thinking we should probably have some wheels underneath it too, so it can be an amphibious vehicle where it can go on land and water. So I'm actually gonna give it suspension because that might add that little bit more of a floatiness to it. We're gonna find out though. So I'm gonna put the wheels as far as I can to the front and back. So we'll put suspension there. You know what, I should have it in just a little bit now that I think about it, probably. So that way it won't collide with those wheels over there. So we'll move this one in as well. There we go, and then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. So it's gonna have 4-wheel steering, so it's gonna have like a really quick steering, which I'm thinking will help give it that weird hovercraft kind of floaty feel to it. Maybe, I don't know. Is it not gonna let me? Oh, I can't put the wheels on those. It is colliding with these wheels unless I extend these out a little bit wider, which I could do. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and do this. We're just gonna detach it for now, and then we're gonna put the wheels where we want them. But let's add, I think we have to add 2 more blocks. If we go 1, 2, and then we should be able to select all of this and attach it to there. I hope. Does that leave us enough room? I think that leaves us enough room. And now we can also fill this part in. So I think that works. Let's actually test it right now. The steering kind of works. It just like collides with the vehicle. I don't know if that's gonna screw us up or not. So just in case, I'm gonna move them in 1 more block. Okay, now we need to just do the same for the other side. We need to move it out 2 blocks. All right, here's the slightly annoying part. Is if I do engines, they're gonna power all these wheels unless I manually deselect each wheel from these engines. And oh, I just realized I have to add 2 more wheels to these sides, otherwise they're not gonna work. So I'm thinking I'm actually gonna not use engine power at all. I'm gonna do pure propeller power, which might be kind of difficult. So let's delete these. Okay, now let's see how this feels. All right, that's starting to feel kind of hover-like, and oh, I have to reverse the turning on the back. Now let's focus on propulsion. So in the back, we're gonna need 1 or a bunch of fans. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna start off by extending this. I don't know how high we'll have to have it, so I'm just gonna start off with 2 of them. I don't know how big the propellers are yet, so let's find out. We're gonna take our spinning joint. Oh, the spinning joint is the engine, so we are gonna have to have an engine attached, which means we're gonna have to detach all of the wheels from the engine, I think. Let me find out though. I don't. Maybe this will work automatically with the gas. Let's see. Why did that get detached? All right, let's try this again. Now, before we spawn it, let's actually lower it to the ground. That way it'll be a softer landing. All right, there we go. So no, it looks like we might actually need an engine. Yeah, I see the engine does power that. All right, this is gonna be annoying. I have to go bloop. I have to literally deselect all of these separate wheels from this engine. I'm gonna deselect the main wheels too, because I want it to be only powered by propellers. No engine, no wheel power at all. So now, let's watch the effect. All right, that's pretty fast. I don't know if that's gonna be enough though, or oh, we're already floating into the water. Let's see if our floating works. Are we light enough? It's working. We're a boat. All right, let's save this as a blueprint, just in case something screws up, which it inevitably will, but we're gonna find out. All right, this is looking good though. I'm liking the way this is looking. Let's add some propellers, see how this works. I have not done propellers yet. How do they, whoa, those are bigger than I thought. These are actually, that might be too big. They might hit the tires. I might have to raise this up just a little bit more. But it looks like the only attachment point is head on, so that means I have to put blocks on this first. So let's just put that over there for now, and we'll do this. Because now I can attach this onto here and rotate it this way. So we attach that one there, and then we'll duplicate it, rotate it this way. Wait, is this the right direction? How do I know? That should be... I don't know which direction this rotates in. Hold on a sec. Is that the right direction? No, that's gonna pull us that way. I want it to push us. And what happened to our other one? Is this hitting us? Yeah, it's going into our tires. I don't want that. It looks bad. This should be the right direction to propel us forward, right? Yeah, that looks right. All right, here we go. We have a propeller. Let's see how effective it is. What? What? That is not how it was supposed to work. It's kind of working. It's not what I had in mind, though. Why is it doing that? What is going on? This is not the way the propeller was supposed to propel us. Or let's repair. All right, let me save this just as a marker of our progress. Oh no, that is not the save button. Delete, delete, highlight. This is the save button. Maybe this is just the game itself. It seems to want to work, but it's lifting me up. But there's one thing I want to experiment with, and that is, I want to see if I can turn the propeller. So I'm gonna have to lift the entire thing up. And now we're gonna put this rotating block here. It doesn't look that great because that's a 4 and this is a 2. So it's a 2 going onto a 4, but it should still serve our purpose. My nose is itchy. All right, so I think this is just AD, right? Yeah, A and D, good. All right, so now, A, D. So if I wanted to go this way, yeah, I could turn myself that way, but why does it keep lifting me up? I want it to just propel me forward. Like, that's not how it's supposed to work, I don't think. Oh, no, go the other way. All right, this isn't working. This isn't working. Whoa, my vehicle went flying. All right, I think it's okay. So I'm actually curious, what happens if I turn the entire, I'm gonna turn it all the way around and then press reverse. Oh, maybe is this the way? Nope, this isn't working either. Okay, I got one last ditch effort. I'm gonna make 2 on either side. I just had the brilliant idea to save the propeller mechanism as its own blueprint. Just like that. So now we can actually just spawn an entire new one if we ever need it for anything else. There we go. All right, I think it's working now. All right, so we're gonna spawn, see if this works any better. Maybe, uh-oh. All right, we're in the water now. We're all in. So I do see the problem being that all of the thrust is on top of our center of mass, so it's gonna tilt us forward. Yep. All right, this isn't working. This isn't working. It kicked me out. All right, gently. If we go gently, it works. Check this out. We can't turn in the water though, because I didn't add turning on them yet. But look, it's kind of working. I just gotta not blast it. We're getting over to the other side. I actually want to get over to the other side so that we can do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right, close enough. All right, we made it across. All right, let's see how it fares on land. It's not the most not the most accurate mode of travel. Why does it do this though? I wish that this worked the way I thought it was going to in my head. I totally thought it would just propel us forward, but it has this weird lifting up effect, which makes no sense because that is perpendicular to the direction that these should be pushing. It should not tilt sideways, but it is totally doing it. You know what? That lifting effect might be torque. That might not be the air resistance. That might just be pure torque. Because if you look, it's in the opposite direction of the torque of the blades. Interesting. So now I wonder if I actually reverse the blades on the other side. I just want to see what happens here. This is going to be an interesting experiment. All right, let's see what this does. They do cancel each other out. All right, so now all I have to do, I think, so that was torque. That just confirmed that it was torque that was giving us the issue. Oh, I made a mistake. I made these face the wrong way. I just built them all completely wrong. All right, let's start over. I see my mistake now. You guys are probably yelling at me in the comments about what I didn't realize was going on there. So now I should just be able to rotate them 180, and hopefully this will be forward. So now these should both be facing the right direction to push me forward. It seems to almost be working as intended, but it still has the torque effect. But now I can't put the ones on the other side and have them face the right direction, I don't think. All right, because now they're just canceling each other out, but I want them to not cancel out like this. I think I see the issue. I think the only way for me to do this so that the torque cancels out is I need a mirrored version of the helicopter blade in order to have these rotate in the opposite direction but still catch the wind in the same direction, and I don't have a mirrored helicopter blade. So I can't cancel out the torque without just canceling out the lift, or the force. I might have a little bit of a hack here. If I spawn in my original blade, which was built the wrong way, this one shouldn't actually be picking up much wind because the blades are facing the wrong direction. So maybe they're just going to counteract the torque, but not really add anything positive or negative to the force of the wind. Yes, it worked! That was the solution! They're just useless, that's all they are. I mean, not useless now, but as far as wind goes, they're useless. But as far as torque goes, they counter the torque. All right, it lifts us up a little bit. If you put more weight in the back, that might help. All right, what weighs a lot? That weighs 6. Engines weigh a bunch, but we don't want engines because that's automatic. These weigh 50 kilograms. I'm just gonna put a bunch of these in the back. All right, so we just put a bunch of weight in the back. Let's see if this helps. It does. We're not lifting up anymore. And they have this weird, you can see the weird turning effect as I turn them. All right, but now, oh, we're picking up some speed now. Awesome. So this is kind of working. Now I actually want to put the blades on rotating things so we can turn. Actually, steering might work. Yeah, let's do steering. I think I see how to do it too. Okay, I think this could work. It just depends on how strong the steering hinges are. All right, so is it getting us forward? All right, so now we should be able to turn this way. Oh, that's not exactly the effect I was hoping for. So the turning doesn't work quite as, oh wow. Why is it now lifting us up after we put all that weight on the back? Maybe we need a little bit more weight in the back. Let's try that. All right, I added a bunch more weight in the back and it all fell off. I think there's a problem with adding rotating joints onto a rotating joint. Oh, yep. So found that out the hard way. Rotating joints can't rotate rotating joints. There we go. Turning's kind of working a little bit. What's going on under... Is our suspension... Are we too heavy for our suspension now? Oh, we're just tilting ourselves. This isn't working. All right, I think we're too heavy for the suspension, so I'm just gonna delete it. All right, hopefully without suspension, this'll, ooh, that was a hard landing without suspension. That was a hard landing without suspension. Let's, lower ourselves softly down. Now let's spawn in. Oh, listen to the difference without the suspension. That is crazy. All right, we're rolling. See, we don't even need any of these propellers. We don't need any of that. All right. There we go. Look, I think it's kind of working. Oh, you can see our suspension... not suspension, our steering is bending. Whoa, we're in the water. Ooh, up. I didn't think about that effect of adding a bunch of weight into the back. It affects our buoyancy too, doesn't it? Look at how heavy those things are. So now we either have to add more tires, or we have to take away our weight. I'm inclined to take away our weight. So now we're probably gonna tilt a lot more again. Yeah, we are kind of tilting a little bit more. Oh boy, that's not the way it's supposed to work either. All right, let's just get in the water. How about that? Let's just face ourselves towards the water and get in towards the water. There we are. All right, yeah. Nice, smooth into the water. Okay, good. Now... it's a front flipper. How's this for how's that for a boat propulsion method? We can just go this way. All right, you know what? I'm inclined to just switch these propellers out for jets and see how that works. So let's start by saving this design and then highlighting these and hitting the delete button. All right, so now I'm just gonna add some jets, some good old-fashioned jets. There we go. Now let's see how this works. Much better. Except we have no turning. Let's make a rudder. Perfect. So now in order to make a rudder, we have to have it extend past these oh no, we don't. We can add 2 rudders onto both sides. Oh, this is gonna be cool. All right, so what I'm thinking is we can just add a steering hinge right here. All right, so then what can we use for the rudder? Do you think the modular wing works? Let's see if the modular wing works, but where do we attach it? I guess we could add the block out like that. Like this? Is that gonna work? Is that gonna drag on the ground? Let's put it one up for now. There we go. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, let's see how this looks. It has to be reversed. My turning is reversed. They are rubbing against the ground though, which is a little bit disappointing. But if we want it to be in the water, we have to have it kind of low. So we'll go ahead and propel ourselves forward, hope that they don't fall off. All right, into the water we go. Stay up, stay afloat. All right, good, good, good. All right, so now the moment of truth. Will they work? All right, we're going forward. Now turn. That's disappointing. I thought that might actually work, but it seems to not be working. All right, I have one last idea. So what I've done here, let me go into the water first. So check this out. I've used a part I haven't used before in this game. So let's go into the water. So since the wheels are the only things that seem to be reacting to water, I decided to see if they would work for rudders. So watch this. I'm gonna press one of my keys here, and ready? We have some pistons that put the wheels into the water. So now let's see if we turn left. It looks like it's almost maybe working. Right, left, not enough to make any real difference. All right, well, there's that. But look, hey, it adds some stability to us on the ground, and then I can go ahead and lift them back up if I want to. There we are. So there's pistons. Pistons are kind of cool. My first time using them. But I think this was not a completely successful episode. We got a floating boat that's able to go, but turning in the water, using the water doesn't seem to be possible. We'll probably just have to use thruster turning or something like that, unfortunately. So let me know what you guys thought about my ideas. We had the hover boat idea with the single propeller, which clearly didn't work. We had the 2 propellers, which clearly didn't work. We had the 4 propellers, which clearly didn't work, but worked a little bit better. Then we had the rudders with the jets, which clearly didn't work. And then we had the wheels as the rudders, which seemed like it may work a little bit, but clearly it didn't work enough. And, but we did get a boat that floats. So there's that. Well, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below what you thought and what you want to see in future episodes. I do have one more idea to try, but I don't think it's gonna work. But we're gonna try it anyway. But this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye!